microplastics, that now outnumber the amount of stars in the Milky Way by 500 times.
When the fish is removed, the ocean plants do not get any nutrition.
It's about 3 times the size of France.
Before we start this analysis video, I would recommend you to go and check out one of the most watched documentaries on Netflix called Seaspiracy. It is an eye-opener and the need of the hour for people to know and change.
Alright, let's dive straight into the facts. The main cause of ocean depletion is industrial fishing. That, along with animal farms, can definitely destroy the planet sooner than anyone thinks.
What's industrial fishing? I'm being completely honest here. It's basically killing and removing and slaughtering large number of fishes from the ocean without caring about the ecosystem and just to satisfy a greedy industry.
There is no such thing as a sustainable commercial fish industry. Over 2 trillion fish are taken away from the sea every year, and this does not even include the 120 billion of them being killed in fish farms.
Bottom trawling. It's a horrible practice of using a huge net and just brushing past the ocean floor, which destroys ecosystems together, from ocean plants to living creatures. Anything that comes in between the net and the ship is destroyed.
By catch, when large number of fishes are caught from the ocean by this process called bottom trawling, many other species like sharks, dolphins and turtles are also caught in the net.
Firstly, all of these are injured because of those nets, and then they are thrown back into the ocean as unnecessary or bycatch. They just die later. Over 3 lakh whales, dolphins and sharks die each year due to bycatch.
Of course, animal cruelty is a big part here. 2 trillion killed every year is no joke. And almost 40% of it are just discarded as bycatch. Also, there's one more aspect to it, that it's slowly destroying the planet. How? Let's find out.
When whales and dolphins come up to the surface to breathe oxygen, they actually fertilize these organisms called phytoplanktons that contains 4 times more carbon than the Amazon rainforest. Now 93% of the carbon is stored in the oceans.
When the fish is removed, the ocean plants do not get any nutrition. Also, trawling literally destroys everything since it scrapes the ocean floor where all the ocean plants are present. Just 1% of carbon inside oceans is equal to the emission of 90 million cars.
And if fishing continues, global warming will increase rapidly, thereby drowning half the earth. Plastic. There are 150 million tons of plastic already in our oceans, which slowly break into microplastics, that now outnumber the amount of stars in the Milky Way by 500 times.
And these microplastics enter the fish and they in turn enter you when you eat the fish. Now the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is literally a patch in the Pacific Ocean that contains huge amounts of garbage. And do you know what the size of that patch is? It's about 3 times the size of France.
Most of the waste produced is made up of discarded fishing nets, which is by far the worst and the most harmful thing for a marine ecosystem. To put it in perspective, if you collected all the discarded fishing nets, tied them together, you would be able to wrap the earth 500 times and still there would be more left.
But still, the major problem to the ocean is caused by commercial fishing. Majority of the plastic comes from these industrial fishing boats. Approx 500,000 whales and dolphins, a staggering 18 million sharks, 400,000 turtles and 2 trillion fish are killed every year because of this industrial fishing.
Majority of the so-called organizations, they give out labels like dolphin safe tuna and they talk about pollution and all those stuff. They are a bunch of fake hypocrites, that's all. They say plastic straws are a major cause of pollution, but in reality it's fishing nets. And why don't they talk about that? Because they too get the money from the fishing industry. Nothing much.
There is nothing called sustainable fishing anymore. Those levels have already been crossed. Now it's time for people to realize that we cannot survive with a dead ocean.
As we have stated before, most of the carbon is stored in the ocean and most of the oxygen comes from the ocean. So it's our duty to protect the ocean because they actually sustain life on Earth.
So basically, if we need to survive, we need the ocean, and the ocean needs fish.
The only way we can bring about a difference is by completely minimizing the consumption of fish in order to save our future.
Be compassionate to all.
Let's do it together.